Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Splash Sports. Today is August 2nd, 2024. We do not have a recap. We took the day off yesterday on August 1st. And guess what happened? Out of the 5 games, 4 of those games hit YRFIs. Yes, runs first inning. I'm telling you what, I haven't seen this before. Ever since the All-Star break, there seems to be a lot more YRFIs than NRFIs here. So just something to watch out for looking forward into this weekend here. I'm amped up. We got a huge slate of games here for August 2nd. I did a lot of research here, and I'm feeling real good about these games. Let's get back on the winning side of things after our day off, and let's roll right into this new month with new goals, and let's cash in some tickets, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, on this show, all we care about is the first 6 outs of the ball game, plain and simple. A NRFI means no runs first inning, while a YRFI means yes runs first inning. But before I get into those plays, you know what to do. Smash that like button for me and subscribe to my YouTube channel and toggle on that notification button. That way, every time I drop another video, you guys will be notified. All right, let's take a look here at Friday's game, starting off with game number 1 headed to Wrigley, where the St. Louis Cardinals take on the Chicago Cubs here. For the St. Louis Cardinals, they'll have YRFI, who they just got off the Chicago White Sox roster there in the trade deadline. YRFI going to the St. Louis Cardinals will make his first appearance as a Cardinals against the Chicago Cubs. Very unique. He is 7-4 on the season, 121 innings of work. Does have an ERA sitting at a 3.11 here. With 108 strikeouts on the season, just under a strikeout here per inning in 42 earned runs for YRFI. He'll be matched up here in Chicago versus Javier Assad. He's 5-3 on the season, 94 innings of work. Does have an ERA sitting at a 3.23. 86 strikeouts, under a strikeout here per inning as well for Assad, and 34 earned runs for Javier on the season. Assad has gone 4 consecutive starts without a win or a loss, his last start being against that Kansas City Royals team where he went 6 innings of work, 5 hits, and 3 earned runs. YRFI, on the other hand, picked up a loss in his last outing with those Chicago White Sox against the Seattle Mariners, where he only went 4 innings of work, 6 hits, and 3 earned runs. Like I said, YRFI making his first start here for the St. Louis Cardinals. I am sure he is going to want to come out strong, and he's in Wrigley, where he has played before and pitched before this season. And let's be real, the Cubs made an absolute unbelievable comeback in the bottom of the 9th. They're down 2 runs. They ended up scoring 3 runs and won the game 5-4, scoring 3 in the bottom of the 9th. I think with YRFI and Javier Assad, Assad really needs to step up in this occasion, especially pitching back at home where he has success, but not as of late. This is a very good test as he's going up against YRFI. YRFI with a new team here for the St. Louis Cardinals. I think it's going to be a little rubber match here to start this game. That's why in game number 1 between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs, we are smacking the NRFI. No runs first inning. Throwing to game number 2 between the Kansas City Royals and the Detroit Tigers here. For the Kansas City Royals, they got Cole Reagan on the mound. He's 7-7 on the season, 128 innings of work. Does have an ERA sitting at a 3.37, 153 strikeouts. He is averaging over a strikeout here per inning and only 48 earned runs on the season for Reagan's. He'll be matched up here in Detroit versus the ace, Tarik Skubal. 12-3, 130 innings of work. Does have an ERA sitting at a 2.35 here, 154 strikeouts. He too is averaging a strikeout here per inning and 34 earned runs for Skubal. Skubal picked up his 12th win of the season in his last performance against the Twinkies, going 7 innings of work, 5 hits, and only 2 earned runs. Reagan's, on the other hand, he faced the Cubs, did not pick up a win or a loss, going 5.2 innings of work, 8 hits, and 4 earned runs. Cole Reagan, his NRFI record currently is 17-5 on the season, 8-1 on the road as he faces the Tigers, who have been scoreless in 72% of their first innings at home. That is 7 out of their last 10 games overall. Reagan's has a 2.83 and a .214 OPS on the road this season. That's very good numbers for Cole Reagan on the road. Tarik Skubal is 16-5 in no runs first inning. He is 7-3 at home. He faces this Royals team who has been scoreless in 75% of their first inning on the road. I absolutely love both pitchers here. I think it's going to be a rubber match here in game number 2. That's why between the Kansas City Royals and the Detroit Tigers, we are smacking the NRFI. No runs, first inning. Let's roll into our third and final game between the Baltimore Orioles. Take it on the Cleveland Guardians here for the Baltimore Orioles. We got Dean Kramer on the mound. He's 4-7 with 75 innings of work. Does have an ERA a little high, sitting at a 4.2. 73 strikeouts, just under a strikeout here per inning, and 35 earned runs for Kramer on the season. He'll be matched up here in Cleveland versus Carlos Carrasco. He's 3-6, 95 innings of work. Does have an ERA sitting at a 5.68 here, 79 strikeouts, and 60 earned runs. Kramer hasn't picked up a win or a loss in his last 2 starts, his last start being against the San Diego Padres, who have been very hot as of late, only going 6 innings of work, 7 hits, and only 1 earned run. Cleveland, on the other hand, is relying on Carlos Carrasco to take the mound here, hoping that he could limit the Baltimore Orioles to 2 runs like he did in his last performance against them in June. However, Carrasco has struggled as of late. 15 hits, 3 home runs, and 12 runs in his last 9 innings pitched. He ended July with a 6.84 ERA with 3 consecutive losses. This Baltimore offense is coming in first in runs per game. That's why in game number 3 between the Baltimore Orioles and the Cleveland Guardians, we are smacking the YRFI. Yes, runs, first inning. Let's take a recap of the games I've selected for you today. Game number 1 between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs. We are smacking the NRFI. No runs, first inning. Game number 2 between the Kansas City Royals and the Detroit Tigers. We are also smacking the NRFI. No runs, first inning. In our third and final game between the Baltimore Orioles and the Cleveland Guardians, we are smacking the YRFI. Yes, runs, first inning. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Nick Menken with Splash Sports. If you have not done so, smack that like button for me. It helps me out a ton, and it costs you guys none. And make sure to go follow me over on X at Nick Menken for every single one of my plays, any updates. Let's get back on the winning side of things today. Best of luck and best bets.